You're gonna have to forgive me for walking over here. I'll try not to fall, but it might be a little bouncy. Here's my corn. You know, I've experimented with planting it in a tight spiral. This one was around these old tires and a old fence post that I just put around, and I can see the wisdom now in utilizing this spiral. It's really cool. We got the oh, it looks like something's been sleeping in here, but it starts here and it goes around. But you know, this stand here was all on the ground because we had a really bad windstorm that came through. In fact, this used to be this is like the old mulberry tree that it's probably the grandma of all the mulberry trees on this property. It was old, it was huge. You can see there's a light here, but that used to all be tree, and it used to be just the coolest thing. That pigs coming out. They hear my voice, they think I'm gonna feed them. Right. Let me do this video, then I'll get you some feed. Okay? Now, those cockleburs, like when I had horses when I was a kid, we would battle those every year. But now with hogs, I let them go. I encourage them to keep growing because they love them about November, December. When they can dig down and get at their roots, they just love it. So I don't go to war with the cockleburs anymore. Yeah. Is it a salad buffet today? So this is Cartman, and that's Wendy. Wendy's really interesting because she was born with her arsehole being a part of her little clit hood. So it was a miracle she survived, let alone she's actually thrived. But she has genetics that we don't necessarily want to be passing on. But I'm just real happy that God has blessed her and she's been around for us to enjoy. See, they won't eat the cockleburs now. Yeah, you can see, do you see the piece of poop hanging out of their shield there? That's actually her bunghole. So I'm not quite sure even if she could have piglets, but we're gonna try not to test that theory, but we'll see how that goes. This was an old watering trough that I'm eventually taken down, but this old tree grew up in it, so I think the roots are like all across the bottom. So I'm afraid that once I get down to the bottom I might lose that tree, but we'll I might have to put some, we might have to figure out a way to keep it going. But anyway, back to my crop circles. Literally, they are crops. No, they're spirals, I guess. But anyway, what I was saying is this: we had that storm. It laid these all out, and we left them, and they popped right back up. But now, I can see something was using this to sleep in. They've been sleeping on my corn, but you know what? That's fine. I planted just a ton, maybe too many, but I planted a ton, so they're kind of figuring out who's gonna be the main corn and who's gonna lay over and die. But this was a fun experiment. I'm gonna do more of this and I planted 2 of the corn and squash in there. I didn't get any beans in there, but I guess I could have. I could go throw some in there even later or even now, but we have a really good crop of beans in the garden, so we'll do that next year. Now something's been eating on here. I don't know if it's the deer. I'm a little worried that the deer and the coons are going to take my corn harvest away from me, but if that's the case, so be it. You can tell, like, well, these corn, I really should thin them out because they're really paying for it, because this isn't the best land here, but this was pig pasture. And I was actually watching a guy from Vietnam, Green Forest Life, I think it is, and he was planting his corn on the side of a hill, or a mountain, I think in his case. I'm like, oh, I got the perfect spot for that. If he can do it, I'm gonna try it. So I did, and I'm really happy with it. We're really having some, I should be able to get some corn out of here, but I'm sure the coons and the deer will probably keep me honest. But I've only watered this once. It's real dry right now, but I'm keeping the weeds to help try to keep it from, just drying out and scorching this hillside. And I think that's paying off pretty good. I might be wrong, maybe if I got rid of them, got rid of the weeds, the corn would really take off, but I'm lazy and this seems to be working good, so I'm gonna let her go, let her ride. But we got some zooks in there. I didn't put in cukes in here. I should have probably, but I don't know. We've had a lot of flowers, but I haven't seen them like set a fruit, so I don't know if something's coming along and eating those fruit or what's going on. But we got flowers. They're looking pretty good, so hopefully we'll come out here and we'll have like squash and all kinds of fun stuff. But this is our first year doing this, so you can only learn. And right now I'm pretty happy with it. We used Haas Tools corn, the Johnny Red, the Trucker's Favorite, the popcorn. Oh, there's a bunch of different ones in here, but we're just we won't know until we actually get the cobs which ones survived. It's like a survivor game now. So then we'll know which ones we'll have to buy for next year or keep and replant. But we've I don't know, it's fun. It's fun not to be so old that I can't do this. I'm getting close, but I figure if I can grow corn on a side hill, I'm doing okay. Oh, this is one of my experiments. I dug this up and planted pumpkin seeds from like the pumpkins you get for bird feed. Well, something came in, and you can see they came in and they ate all my pumpkin seeds. So I don't think I'll be getting any pumpkins over here, but in doing that I had weeded and pulled around the corn. So if this row does so much better than everyone else, then maybe next year I'll do the same thing. But if it's real similar to everything else, then I'm gonna leave it like that. And I've cut it twice. I have cut it back twice to get the corn up over the weeds. But other than that, I haven't messed with it too much. Anyway, I'm just going on here. I better go feed those piggies. They're up to no good. But they're getting hungry, so we better go get them.